Cal Raleigh or Aaron Judge? That is the question I'm going to be trying to answer. It is currently June 26th of the 2025 MLB season, and the two American League frontrunners are having historic seasons, and they're both respected rights. It's Aaron Judge, probably the greatest right-handed hitter in the game. You could make some arguments for Pujols and some different guys. Sure, I can understand that. For me, being a youngster, to me, what Judge is doing as a Yankee fan, being able to watch what he does every day, and the ability in the field, it is unbelievable. But what Cal Raleigh is doing is also unbelievable. The greatest, maybe, catcher season of all time. He's broken the home runs by a catcher in the first half. He's on pace to beat Aaron Judge's home run record in the American League. He's still playing the hardest position in baseball at catcher, almost every day, I'm pretty sure. It is unbelievable what these two are racing between. We're going to break it down. First off, when you look at the WAR, Judge is on historic pace. I'm going to put up the stat head, or I think the Baseball Reference Judge and Raleigh side by side, so we can kind of dissect both aspects. So with WAR, Judge has a 5.8, Raleigh has a 4.2. And WAR, whether you like the stat or you don't, it does showcase wins above replacement is what that stat means. Judge is higher by 1.6. Now, okay, games, whatever, plate appearances, whatever, hits. Judge does have 27 more hits, which is pretty incredible. But here's where people are getting the, oh, it's not Judge, it's Raleigh. It's the home runs. 32 home runs, 69 ribbies, and he's doing it at the catcher position. And I think that is unbelievable, especially considering he plays half his games in Seattle at that batter's eye, what's it called? What batter's eye? Whatever they stare at, which has been historically bad for Seattle hitters. This year they've actually been a pretty good offense, but it is crazy. I would have not expected Cal Raleigh. I knew he was really good, one of the best catchers in the game, but to think the historic season he's having, it is genuinely unbelievable. Batting average, Judge hitting almost 100 points higher than Raleigh. On base percentage, again, almost 100 points higher. OPS, he does have him by 140 points. OPS plus, he has him at over 28. So I think I understand where people are trying to base it off this, base it off that, and I think it's going to be close because of voters' fatigue as well with Judge. He's won before, he's done this before, but he's doing it at a higher level than he's ever had. This is his highest OPS. This is seasons we've never seen before. I think if the home runs spike up at all, this is not even close, and he starts to compare to the greatest seasons ever, not just the MVP award. But where people, in my opinion, are getting this argument but kind of losing it is if Judge was playing Juan Soto type defense in right, or he was a below average defender in right, or just average, just meh, and he's playing right field. Comparison to Cal Raleigh, who's a former Platinum Glove winner, of course, Gold Glove winner, playing catcher even, that's where people could make that argument. But to me, Judge is going right now, if the season ended, he won Gold Glove in right field. That is unbelievable with the numbers he's batting. He is going to, if the season continues on this path, have 50 plus homers, a Gold Glove, and an OPS over 1,000, almost 200. Right now, I'm playing an MLB The Show, Road to the Show. My guy struggles to have the OPS Judge does. In a game where I'm playing as a created guy and I hit nukes. That's insane. And it just goes to show he's a video game in the sense that he is, sure, not a 5-tool player if you don't want to count the speed aspect and the stolen bases and stuff. He doesn't have that. But he has everything else. And I think that when you're comparing, maybe if Cal Raleigh continues this, the greatest catcher season ever in comparison to the greatest right-handed season ever or greatest hitter season ever. Yes, you're going to say Bonds, sure, whatever. Non-steroid season ever. Okay, you can say Pujols, whatever. Just hear me out for a sec. Then you're going to say, like, what are you taking? Because we've never seen this before with a catcher, but you could say, oh, we have seen this before with Judge, and that's where another argument comes into it. We've never seen this before with a catcher in the hardest position in baseball, playing it every day, and playing in Seattle. That's pretty fucking impressive. And any other guy, apart from Aaron Judge, he wipes the floor in the MVP race. An OPS over 1,000, that's unbelievable. But it's Aaron Judge. It's the greatness that we are seeing, and it's the greatness of this race. I hope Raleigh keeps this up. I hope Judge keeps this up. I hope they both stay healthy. I hope we get to have this argument in September, and I get to make a part 2 to this video and say, wow, what a race it has been between these two guys, because I think that this is what baseball is all about. When Vlad Jr. was going against Ohtani, or Ohtani and Judge were battling for the MVP, and Ohtani's pitching, and that, like, baseball is at a really good state, in my opinion, with how things are, apart from deferred money and like the salary cap and salary floor. I think if baseball can figure it out, don't want to go on too large of a tangent because it's very off task of this video. If baseball can figure out some of the major issues with the sucky low market teams being as bad as they are and kind of just meh, and help those teams out, and then have a salary potentially cap so that the Dodgers and even the Yankees and Mets can't just spend 400, 500 million more than these other teams, that's possible. But what was it? What team was it? Was it the Pirates? They haven't signed anyone. No, I don't think it's the Pirates, because I think they signed McCutchen. I'm trying to think of what team it is that I saw a stat that they haven't signed anyone to a long-term deal since like 2016, like a multi-deal contract. It might have been the Pirates. It's like one of those teams. Maybe, I don't want to say it's the Marlins. It's not the A's. They just signed Sevy. But one of these teams like have not signed someone to a long-term contract since like 2016. That should just never happen. Like it should just never happen. But again, we're seeing a great MVP race. On the National League side, it's kind of meh. Like, PCA, I think, is a really awesome player. If you break down like PCA, Shohei Ohtani, probably like the front runners right now. Shohei, to me, becomes less impressive when you look at these two battling on one side, and then it's like PCA is a completely different player. This is why, though, if Shohei Ohtani starts pitching in the second half and PCA, we're going to have 4 completely different players in the MVP race. Okay? Shohei Ohtani pitching and batting, never done before apart from Babe Ruth, at the level he's doing it, unbelievable, right? PCA, the stolen bases, the immaculate defense, and the energy, all that, completely different than Judge and Raleigh than Ohtani. Raleigh, a catcher, never seen before, the numbers he's doing it. In Seattle, like, best since Griffey. Judge, we've never seen a right-hander have these seasons before. Like, this is awesome. This is exactly what baseball has wanted, needed. It's great. But this is going to be a great race in the American League between two of the best players in baseball. It is June 26th. I hope I can make a video in September saying what a race this was, because I do think that this is one of the more interesting races. I do think Judge is a big step ahead in terms of his numbers are a lot better. Like, if you're gonna look at home runs, okay, yeah, he's got 5 better. Is home runs the metrics you want to look at? If RBIs are the metric you want to look at, yeah, Raleigh's got him. But I think that when you look at the batting average, which, okay, let's throw that away, on base percentage, OPS, slugging, OPS plus, Judge has him by a pretty big margin. And Judge is playing great defense. And Kyle Raleigh's not playing platinum glove type catcher defense this season. He's still playing catcher. I'm gonna say he's a good catcher. Like, it's catcher, and he's above average. So, what a race it's been. Truly, two of the best in the game battling, and I hope we get to see them unite on Team USA. Even though I'm not Team USA. I mean, it's Captain Judge. As a Yankee fan, we got the Jeter jersey in the back. But it'd be cool to see some of those guys. We say like Bobby Witt commit to USA and stuff. But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. We got a lot of good sports coming. Fantasy football around the corner. I think my first upload's hopefully going to be in July. We're going to talk a lot more about baseball, football, and I'll catch y'all there. Peace.